The Delta SkyMiles cards are a very popular travel credit card for people that travel with Delta a lot, but today we're going to be focusing on their gold card because it has the lowest annual fee. And there's a couple of other different videos out there talking about this card, but none of them are up to date because this card was just revamped, and those videos don't really present it in a clear and concise way. So today we're going to be breaking down this card in 5 different categories, giving a star rating to each of those, and then at the end of this video I'm going to be ranking this card overall out of 5 stars. And Delta's medallion status was also just revamped, so I will also briefly be explaining that too. So let's start off by talking about the joining requirements and then the annual fee that comes with this card. This card is backed by American Express, which is a very popular bank and reputable credit card issuer. If you do want this credit card, I'd recommend that you have at least a 690 credit score before you apply. They definitely took a page out of US Bank's credit cards though, because they're not going to charge you an annual fee for the first year, but then after that first year, a $150 annual fee is going to kick in. Previously, it was $99, but in classic American Express fashion, they bumped it up. And that is really the only thing that I do not like about American Express is they have a tendency to raise their annual fees every couple years. If you look at cards like the American Express Gold or Platinum, the annual fees are getting so high nowadays, a lot of times I'm wondering if they're even good cards. There's a couple other airline credit cards with similar annual fees, but the 150 is going to be a little bit higher than just the basic travel credit cards like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Citi Strata Premier. But trust me, you're still getting a lot of value packed in this card. For the annual fee category, I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars. When you see an annual fee as big as this, you're always going to want to see a big sign-up bonus to help justify that. And this card absolutely delivers. You're going to get 65,000 points when you spend $3,000 within the first 6 months of opening up this credit card. So you do have to spend a little bit more, but you're going to get a whole 6 months to do that, and the sign-up bonus is really good. If you were to convert those points to dollar amount, it would be about $750. On the very high end, and in rare cases, it could be worth all the way up to $975, but I will explain that a little bit more in the redemption category. Also on their website, that they do say that this is a limited time offer, so you might see it go back down to around 50,000 points, and a lot of times American Express is just going to randomly offer these, so there's a good chance that you're going to be able to get that sign-up bonus. If you look at the sign-up bonus and then later in this video all the rewards and benefits that are coming with this card, you're definitely coming out with more value than you're paying in that first year because you're not paying an annual fee at all. So we're off to a good start already, and I'm going to give the sign-up bonus category 5 out of 5 stars. Let's now look at all the statement credits and benefits that are coming with this card. So the first thing that you're going to get is 20% off of all your in-flight purchases. So that's going to be all the food or coffee or whatever you buy on that airplane. Me personally, I just take the free soda and a couple peanuts. I don't think I've ever bought anything on a flight, but maybe you do. The next thing you are going to get is a little bit more exciting, and that's going to be a Delta flight credit for $200 when you spend $1,000 within a calendar year. So that's going to be from January all the way to December. So if you're getting this card, it's going to make more sense to get it at the beginning of the year rather than later. The other 2 benefits I'm about to talk about are also very popular and really why a lot of people are getting this card. The first is that you're going to get your first bag check for free and also 8 people traveling with you on the same reservation. And this is cool because you and the whole basketball team can get their bags checked in for free. You are also going to get priority boarding, which is very nice. You can skip the line, so you're not going to be the last one getting on the plane trying to get your bag to fit like a puzzle piece. Also, another great benefit, and I probably should have started with this one rather than 20% off of in-flight purchases, but you're going to get a $100 statement credit for Delta stays. So this is going to apply to prepaid hotels or vacation rentals booked through Delta stays at delta.com. So if you can use that statement credit right there, which I assume that you will be if you're watching this video, and book a hotel through Delta, that will very much help the case of justifying our $100 annual fee, because if you can use that, that brings the effective annual fee down to $50. You also then consider the sign-up bonus, the priority boarding pass, and then you and all your homies getting your bags checked in for free. This card is making a lot of sense. And then if you're able to spend $10,000 on your card in a year, that's literally any purchase you're putting on your card, you're going to get that $200 flight credit. Then this card's essentially paying you $150 just to hold it. You're also going to get 15% off when you use this card to book Delta award travel on Delta flights. So you'll also be able to add that 15% off of a lot of your flights. Also, another great thing to see is this is a 0 foreign transaction fee card, which I love to see because some other credit cards like the Southwest are going to have a foreign transaction fee to try to squeeze a little bit of value out of you. And if you're flying overseas, it's nice to see that you have a card that you can use. So for the benefits category, I'm going to give this an easy 5 out of 5 stars. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the rewards from this card. You're going to be getting 2 points on all your Delta purchases, as well as 2 points on restaurants, and then supermarkets as well, and then 1 point on everything else. So even though some of the rewards categories like the restaurants and supermarkets are a bit underwhelming, you're probably going to be forced to spend in those categories a little bit because you're going to want to put $10,000 to spend on this card to get that $200 flight credit, and that's going to be hard to do with just Delta flight. benefits. If you're getting this card, it's most likely not going to be from the points you're earning, but rather the statement credits and the benefits that you're getting. If you want a little bit more value, you can move up to one of their higher tier cards like the Platinum or the Reserve, but the 2 points back on Delta flights is still a little bit underwhelming, so I'm going to give the rewards category 2 out of 5 stars. Let's go ahead and look at the redemption, because a lot of people that aren't too familiar with credit cards get a little bit confused when it comes to this kind of stuff, but that's okay. It's a lot more simple than you think. These points are generally valued at 1.2 cents per point, but like I mentioned earlier, when you're booking your flights with miles, you're going to get 15% off of those flights. So in addition to your points being worth over 1 cent per point, you're also going to save a considerable amount of points because you're getting that 15% off. The main thing here isn't the point value, but rather that 15% off. So for the redemption category, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. Just for fun, let's take a quick look at the design of this card itself. I do really like the gold look they have going on there, and this is one of the only cards that'll give you a gold reader chip. Unfortunately, it's a plastic card. A lot of American Express's cards are metal, but I still think this is a clean, well-designed card, and I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. Before I talk about the medallion status and then give my final verdict on this card, let's quickly go over some of the pros and cons. I really like that huge sign-up bonus that you're getting. You're going to get a lot of value from that, and also you're not having to pay an annual fee for the first year. You're also getting your first bag check free, as well as 8 of your friends. You're also getting that priority pass. There's no foreign transaction fees, and your rewards are never expiring. There's really only 2 cons that I see. One is that annual fee of $150 is pretty high, and then 2, it does lack some benefits like lounge access and then TSA pre-check and global entry. So if you do want that lounge access and be able to get through those airport lines quicker, a travel card like the Venture X or the Chase Sapphire might make a little bit more sense. Now I'm going to quickly cover the medallion status with this card, and I should probably make a full separate video on this because they just revamped this, meaning that all the other videos on this are outdated. So essentially the way that it works is there's 4 different tiers: silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. And the more money you spend with Delta, the higher status you're going to get. The first is silver medallion, and you're going to have to spend an estimated $3,797 to get this. And this is valued right at $876. You're also going to get a 40% boost on all the miles that you're earning with your credit card. The best benefits that come with this is free baggage, free upgrades, priority check-in, as well as 5-star status with Hertz Gold. So with this, when you're flying economy, a lot of times, if there's room, you're going to be bumped up to the comfort class. This isn't quite as good as first class, but you're still away from all the poor people like me, and you get a lot more comfortable seats. The next is gold medallion. This is going to be valued at $3,256. You're going to have to spend an estimated $10,000 with Delta to get this status, but with this, you get a 60% boost on all the points you're earning with your card, as well as free same-day flight changes, priority security line access, expedited baggage service, SkyTeam Elite Plus status, and then 4 in-drink flight vouchers. The next level is Platinum Medallion, and the benefits with this is going to be valued right around $15,000. But you're going to get an 80% boost on all your points. The best benefits that come with this status is one choice benefit, President Circle status, and Gold Hertz, as well as all the benefits that come with the previous statuses. And then the top tier is going to be Diamond Medallion, which is going to be valued right around $1,400, and you're going to have to spend about $25,000 to get this. Your points are going to be boosted by 120%, and the benefits with this is a Clear Plus membership, 3 choice benefits, and then VIP customer service line. Again, I'll do a separate video on this, and we'll do a deep dive into it. This was just a quick overview. But the gist of it is, you spend more money with Delta, you get higher statuses, and you get better things. A lot of times with the Platinum and Diamond, you're going to get automatically upgraded to free first class flights, which is obviously very nice. But at the very least, you'll be in those comfort seats, and it's always nice to not have to sit next to poor people. But overall, I do really like this card, and I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think that is great for anyone that is flying Delta, especially if they're flying Delta a lot, because then they're going to hit those medallion status and get even better benefits. If you're more than just a casual Delta traveler, it might make more sense to get one of Delta's higher tier cards. I wasn't planning to make a video on those, but if you guys want me to, I will. Just let me know. If you're not a Delta enthusiast and you like to travel with a bunch of airlines, just transfer your points out to whoever is going to give you the maximum value, which is the way that I personally approach credit cards. Then a card like the Chase Sapphire Preferred might be better for you. You can go watch my breakdown on that card after this one, and let me know what you guys would rate this card out of 5 stars.